Oh, hello there. Excuse me, I'm sorry to bother you so late. Do you mind if I ask your name? I guess I didn't come the right way then. I understand that you Automata can navigate this place just fine. No issues at all. But it's not so easy for us humans, you know. This place is an absolute maze. My purpose here? Yes, my apologies for rambling. Well, to put it simply, I would like to adopt you. If you are willing, that is. Yes, I understand that. Adopt is not the usual term for this arrangement. Do you mind if I take a seat here? Thank you. It is, however, a term I find more appropriate given this situation. You see, I've heard my share of stories about you. The highly esteemed automaton, known for their unwavering ability to handle seemingly whatever task is thrown at them. You command quite a high price, and yet you still have an endless amount of contracts coming your way. How exhausting that must be. All the more impressive, then, to be so unfazed by it. To put it simply, I would have something of a long-term assignment for you. You'd be living with me for the duration. Hence my choice of the word adopt. Would you by chance be interested? As an uncontracted automaton, I know that you are in fact free to refuse potential assignments. Automaton Labor Code 1198.3 subsection B. Of course I've done my research. With you, I have to. Anyways, in your own words, yes, I would like to contract you. Of course, on the condition that you would like me to. But there are many things I do too which I was not built for. Might it be the same for you? You consent without even knowing what it is specifically I plan to ask of you. A brave one you are. But wasn't the goal of the Recommission Center to remove implicit and forced consent contracts from automatons? Are you somehow not required to at least read the contract before you can be allowed to sign it? However, you can do that. Isn't having them automatically approved a violation of the labor code? That very same 1198.3b, isn't it? Sure, the law was agreed upon by both sides, yes. But how does that... Oh, I see now. You're the only one with that provision in place. You used the loophole in the rules, didn't you? Well, if you're so certain in your decision, shall we head back down to the reception and formalize everything? Great. Oh, but, do you mind leading the way? I may have gotten a bit lost on my way up here. Alright. Now we just need to. Hi. I'm here to formally activate the contract I submitted to be validated recently. I understand you just need my name and contract number. Connie Raylan. Contract number 998524A. A final chance. I can assure you that you'll be well treated, but are you sure? Okay then. And here's the payment. Is there anything else? Sounds good. Thank you. Now, I trust I won't be having any issues from you, will I? You're held in quite high regard, you know. I'd hate for that to be misplaced. Good. Let's go then. Actually, wait a moment. Here, put this on. It's a bit chilly outside tonight. Sure, but being able to tolerate it doesn't mean that it's pleasant. It's up to you. The jacket is yours, though. I insist. Yes, this carriage is ours. It'll take us to your new home for the foreseeable future. Go on. After you. And take us back to the manor, if you would, please. So, have you figured out who I am yet? Oh, I did say my name, didn't I? Yes, I am indeed Lady Kalani Raylan, overseer of the crystal mines on the eastern end of the kingdom. Well, being born into a life of nobility was not a choice I made, of course. I merely seek to do what I can with the advantages I have been given, fairly or otherwise. Oh, heavens no. I can never have you work in the mines. It is indeed a rather beautiful sight, though hardly a pleasant place at all to work. I take pride in not having any sentient automa there working. No, I have a much more appropriate assignment for you. A premier, class 1 automaton such as yourself. Or, well, appropriate from one angle, I suppose. All will be answered in due time, I promise. Once we reach the manor, but for now, tell me a story. That's right. Maybe something about your last contract? Or, if not, I completely understand. Oh? Okay then. I'm listening. Hmm? Oh. I see. And what did you think of that contract? I just want to understand what you may think of mine. I am, of course, glad that you should find your job suitable. However, let me rephrase the question. Did you enjoy your time with that contract? Well, I do hope that you do not find this one overly displeasant. Oh, and here we are. Thank you, Mr. Jenkins. You're dismissed for tonight. Come on, let's get you inside and I'll show you around. Hey, steady. Don't fall over on me. Hey, are you okay? You spaced out on me for a moment. Is this something that happens to you often? It's even more severe than I thought. Nothing, just talking to myself. Anyways, as I was saying, let's get you inside. Better than staying out here in the cold. Welcome, welcome. I know it's a bit ostentatious, but in my defense, I inherited it like this, and making any meaningful change to it would just be a headache. I'm sure you know how most nobility are. But that's neither here nor there. This manor is what it is, and I've learned to call it home after I inherited it. And I hope you learn to call it that as well, if only temporarily. Follow me if you would. Alright, this is obviously the foyer. And down that hallway is the kitchen. And over there is the path to the basement. And up ahead is the Great Hall. And this way you'll find the bedrooms, study, and the library. We have perhaps the largest book collection, save of course for the royal castles. I'm sure you could find something that would catch your interest. And while you are here, this room shall be yours. I couldn't know your preferences in advance, so I do indeed hope it's to your liking, but if there's anything that you should wish to have added or change, just let me know and I can make sure it's arranged, okay? I'm glad to hear that. Is there anything else you require at the moment? Food, drink, blankets, anything? No? Well, I'm quite hungry myself. In that case, how about I go grab some food from the kitchen real quick? And you can take a few moments to acclimate yourself to the space. Perhaps explore the manor a little bit. All right. Now I'll be back shortly, and then we can go over the real nature of this contract. As I'm sure you're quite eager to know. Knowing you, that is. No, you are correct. We have not met before in person. But, as I said at the Recommission Center, I've heard stories about you. Don't worry, I've only heard good things. Okay, I'll be back in just a moment. All right, I'm back. Aw, Jester came to find you. And there they go. Impatient, are we? To know what I want from you. Well, it's more what I want for you. But yes, we can have this conversation now. Do you mind if I sit with you on the bed? Well, to be fair, I wasn't quite lying when I said I was looking to adopt you earlier. Make no mistake, I can in no way ever take you as a mere pet. Nor am I nearly presumptuous enough to expect you to fall in love with me. Rather, I wish to hire you as a social companion, a friend, if you will. Maybe an older sibling, as, despite your form, you have lived far longer than I do believe. I don't know. Semantics aren't important. You think you cannot be my friend just because you're automaton? Just, just some machine who's numb to the world, who's only good for following orders. Let me tell you, you're wrong. I mean, yes, you are an automaton, but you're also a person. A fact that I think you've forgotten over the years. I want you to know that I do also have an ulterior motive. I do genuinely believe that you're a good fit for this job. I did choose you specifically for it after all. No, see, that's what I'm talking about. That whole, if that is your wish thing that you do is going to be your undoing. But if we have to play it this way, what I wish for is for you to take care of yourself. I may have you help around the manor so you don't drive yourself insane. But I want you to act as your own person and do whatever it is that you want to do. Understood? Good. Now, I can tell you're still unconvinced, so. You are aware that you stand out even amongst automata in terms of your productivity, yes? And you take pride in that, do you not? And it is that pride which enables you to continue outpacing the others. Isn't that right? And it's true that you work with some automata better than others. Right. Because they're more or less motivated, more or less prone to talking, more or less forgiving, relaxed, modest, etc. Is that not a description of personality? Pride. Pride too is an emotion. If I were to tell you that you had disappointed me and that I would return you to the center, I know full well how strongly you would feel. Guilt, shame, pain. You avoid making requests because you're afraid of backlash. Those are all emotions. Am I wrong? Rather, I think you've just forgotten what positive emotions are. That is why I brought you here. Here, come closer. I know that you take pride in your work, and I want you to know that I have no wish to diminish that. It's a good thing to want to be proud of your actions, but it's also a good thing to take care of yourself. And I know you're not doing that. Well, remember when we first got here and you briefly fell into a daze? You were so unsteady on your feet and your eyes glazed over for a moment. That shouldn't be normal, you know. But when I came back in here and saw you petting the kitten, Chester, you had a faint smile on your face and you looked at peace. Here, let go of me for a second. I know, I know. I'm just going to set the fire. I like this room because it's one of the ones with the fireplace. Now, while I'm getting this fire started, why don't you go pick out some clothes from the wardrobe over there? Find something comfortable to wear. I understand your concern, but I promise not to look while you change, okay? I'll be busy with the fire. Okay, the fire's going now. Were you able to find something comfortable in there? Is it okay if I turn around now? All right. Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to change as well. I didn't watch you, so you have to promise not to watch me either. Okay. All right. I'm all done. Get under the covers and lay down, okay? Yes, just like that. And I'll just slide him beside you, okay? There we go. Are you comfortable with me wrapped around you like this? Why? I thought I told you. You're an automaton. But automata deserve cuddles too. If it's okay with you, then let's fall asleep like this together. Okay? Hey, that is my wish. But we just talked about this. That's much better. I do genuinely believe you're a good fit for this job. You've been alive for so long and done so many things I could never imagine. You must have the habits of noticing things I never even think to pay attention to. Know so many useful things. Have interesting stories to tell. Like the one you told me on the carriage ride here. I think you and I are going to have a lot of fun together. I'm glad you agree. Sleep well, and let the moon watch over us.